Hello everyone, happy evening, a very good evening. Am I audible and visible? Just a minute, I'm not. Mhm. All right, so I can see that I am visible and you can tell me that I'm audible as well. Right, so happy evening everyone and welcome to the today's YouTube live session. And still I would say the same thing. I hope and I believe that all of you are doing well, irrespective of the bomb that NB ने फेंका है हमारे ऊपर आज सबके लिए. Right. So, I never knew that the mnemonics that we have will actually be coming true to life. So if the ninjas, the Medsynapses, if you know this, it's basically NBE ka bum, right? So someone was telling like NBE ka bum is your mnemonic for what? NBE ka bum is basically your mnemonic for the cardio-selective beta blockers, right? So yeah, it's basically hashtag. If you know it, you know it, right? Um, कहाँ से echo आ रहा है? अच्छा, echo. Let me check. Give me a minute to check that. Okay. I hope the echo is gone now. कब गया echo? Right. So that is one mnemonic for the cardio selective beta blockers. और बताया था कि NB के बम होते हैं वो ऐसे होते हैं जो डायरेक्ट दिल को अफेक्ट करेंगे, right? So no, it's not my phone. Other one. अभी गया होगा echo. So that is let me see whether it is. Is it gone now? Is it any better now? Is it any better now? Yes. आई थिंक ये न्यूज़ का इफेक्ट है जो सबको इको लग रहा है. ऑनेस्टली शायद वहां पे इको नहीं है ना. अभी सब कुछ ऐसे दो दो बार सुनाई देगा. ठीक है, ग्रेट. चलो, फाइनली रिजॉल्व्ड. So like the echo was resolved, trust me, whatever the news has given you, whatever feeling the news has given you, even that will be resolved, right? So everything takes its own time. Time heals everything, right? You just need to put in some efforts as well. It's not just the time. And like you saw, the echo got resolved. पहले resolve नहीं हुआ, फिर resolve हो गया, right? So everything gets resolved. ठीक है? So give some time to yourself and then start putting in some efforts. Trust me, everything will be resolved. Yes. I'll be coming to your queries. So एक mnemonic जो है वो है cardio selective beta blockers. NB का bum has truly proved to be cardio selective, and I don't know what all selective again, brain selective, mind selective, whatever. ठीक है. और दूसरा जो है the other mnemonic. So if you've been following my Insta page as well, the recent one, I never knew that this will come like true. The NEET PG postponement वाला जो mnemonic हमने post किया था, right? So there where we had the delusion thought content wala, है ना, thought content wala mnemonic, and where some students actually got scared looking at that image that we had the NEET PG postponement, and that turned out to be true. Right, तो कभी सोचा नहीं था कि सच में true हो जाएगा. And the third one, in the recent short class, offline class in Hyderabad, where I was telling the Telangana students that don't be under the delusion कि भाई हमारा internship late complete हुआ तो exam postpone होगा, but it actually got postponed, है ना? So see, I'll be answering all your queries, and I'm not teaching anything Sheikh Firdaus. नहीं पता है तो वो रहने दो, चलेगा, ठीक है? So basically the thing, I'll honestly tell you, when I got to know about the news of postponement, it was actually a mixed feeling, and I can very much feel all of you guys, and at the same time know that you all must be having that mixed feeling. सबसे पहले तो of course ये होगा कि यार इतना postpone हो गया, who's going to read for 3 months, 4 months more, right? That basically because affects the momentum, right? And the next thing that we had, basically the reaction that I had was, honestly this was the reaction, I posted this on Insta as well, कि समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि हंसना चाहिए कि रोना चाहिए, right? Because everything has its own pros and cons. And exam got delayed means vacation got delayed, not just for you guys, but that means also for me as well, right? So if I could plan a vacation somewhere, a good vacation in March, अभी मेरे को थोड़ा सा wait करना पड़ेगा, that's what it is. And the next one, basically हंसना इसलिए because for the students who are not well prepared and they were praying कि you know exam postpone हो जाए, so basically your prayers, which I call it as the secret, has really worked. I'm pretty sure there must have been a bunch of students who were very secretly thinking and praying and hoping कि exam postpone हो जाए. So guys, that means your secret is working very well for you. So make the best use of it for whatever you want in your life. सब कुछ आएगा, schedule भी आएगा. Gojo seems to be very very impatient for the schedule. दे देंगे, खुशहाल दे देंगे, right? Everything will be there, right? So whatever it is, this session is basically to tell you that trust me, you are not alone in this journey. Whether the exam is in March or the exam is in July, that too tentatively, whenever the exam is, remember that we are going to be together in this, right? We are going to be together in this. So please don't think that you are alone. You're going to face all of this alone. I'm going to be there by your side. I'll give in my best to make sure that you do not lose your momentum, you continue studying the way you were doing, and you finally make your dreams come true, right? Your dream is not just your dream, it is our dream, it is our goal, right? So trust me for that. And I know exam बहुत ज़्यादा late हो गया. Honestly, if you ask me if I would have been in your place, I would have had the same feeling कि बहुत ज़्यादा postpone हो गया. The first feeling would have been that, but then the next feeling would have been अभी तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते, right? The exam date is something which I or you cannot decide. So some things which are out of our control, there is no point in wasting our efforts and time overthinking or thinking about it, right? The best way forward is to think, so how can I make the best of this thing, whatever has happened, right? So yeah. So the first thing that you should be doing, guys, आज का तो पूरा break आपने लेना ही चाहिए था, right? So that's why even I took a break, and that's why I'm here towards the later half of the day. And the next is tomorrow also you can take a break. I'll give the schedule, the tentative schedule for the students who have been following the timetable that we had, and also for the students, because now there will be a bunch of interns who will be giving the NEET PG 24, right? Because the internship date, completion date has been extended to August 15, है ना? So that's why मैं सब queries answer करूँगी, आप लिखते जाओ, ठीक है? Yeah, absolutely. मोए मोए हो गया हम सबका. So first, let me tell you about this thing. Now, how did I basically get this feeling sinked in and I started accepting it is, think about your past, think about the things, think about the situations, think about the circumstances where the things actually did not go the way you wanted the things to happen, right? For that moment, you must have thought, oh shit, I wanted this to happen this way, or maybe I wanted to marry this girl or marry this guy, or maybe something else, like, I wanted to go into this college for MBBS, just I lost by 1 mark or 1 rank, whatever it might be. So in that moment, you think that, you think very bad when the things don't go your way. But somewhere down the line, I'm pretty sure that all of you would have realized that jo hua, acha hua, right? So remember that everything happens for a reason. For anybody who has experienced this, please drop me a thumbs up so that I know that it's not only me who feels this, but there are many others who resonate with me and who feel that, somewhere down the line, you definitely realize that, I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful that it happened that way. It did not happen my way, right? So remember that, life does not give you the things that you want. Life always gives you the things that you actually need. So maybe you needed this extra time to prepare well for the exam. Especially, like, I believe this is the first time that would happen that पहले INICT में INICT होगा, फिर उसके बाद NEET PG होगा. So this is your basically a blessing in disguise, where you can give your INICT with full 100% attempt, right? Imagine that if the NEET PG would have happened in March, you get a good rank in NEET PG, right? You join the college, you join the residency. Of course, you are not going to prepare so well with 100% efforts for the upcoming INICT. But maybe you stand a good chance to clear the INICT with a good rank and get into the Central Institute. At the same time, I also want to tell you guys, please don't be under this impression that like Central Institutes are the best. Trust me, there are like some branches which are not very good there, and you must have seen the previous toppers leaving, dropping out from Central Institutes, right? So don't just go blindly by the aura and the name of the Central Institutes, but at the same time, yes, some branches, of course, especially the medical branches from the Central Institutes, are the best. So this is going to be like the first time where you actually get a chance to give INICT with 100%. Even if you are like, मुझे पता है कि मेरा INICT में होने ही नहीं वाला है, at least you can give INICT as a mock exam for your NEET PG exam, like the real exam hall situation. And trust me, that helps big time. I can tell you from my own experience. Okay, the experience that I had. So we had all India PG exam, we had state PG exam, like Maharashtra state PG exam. Mine was the last batch which had all India PG and state PG different. So all India PG first in the first week of January and state PG in the last week of January. And I did do some blunders unexpectedly in the all India PG exam, like a typical, that topper student who expects too much from himself or herself and gets panicked in the exam if you're not able to answer the questions. And in the process, I did do some blunders. I learned out of it. So that all India PG was a very, very good, like a mock exam for me. I learned out of it, and I did not repeat the mistakes that I did in the all India PG exam, in the Maharashtra state PG exam. Right? So the good thing is you will actually get to give a mock exam, like the real exam hall situation. Okay? हाँ, मैं सब क्वेरीज आंसर कर रही हूँ, सब कुछ आंसर कर दूंगी, बुक के बारे में, ऐप सब्सक्रिप्शन के बारे में, एक्सटेंशन के बारे में, सब कुछ. ठीक है? Right. So remember that everything happens for a reason. That reason causes the change. And sometimes it hurts, right? Not just sometimes, but actually many times. And sometimes it is hard also. But remember at the same time that basically in the end, it is all for the best. Trust me, please take it from me that in the end, you will be grateful for whatever has happened. Okay? And remember that eventually all the things will fall into place. Until then, for the time being, just laugh at the confusion, live in the moment, and know that everything happens for a reason. Okay, that's what I want to tell all of you. क्या ignore कर दिया भाई अनुभव, है ना? मेन वीडियोस करने हैं कि नहीं, कि सिर्फ रिविजन वीडियोस करने हैं, पूरा क्यू बैंक करना है कि नहीं, कि सिर्फ कस्टम मॉड्यूल्स करने हैं, स्केड्यूल क्या है, शॉर्ट बुक कब मिलेगा, एक्सटेंशन होगा कि नहीं. आई एम नोटिंग डाउन ऑल दीज क्वेरीज, आई एम गोइंग टू आंसर ऑल ऑफ दिस. ठीक है? हाँ, so basically, one more point, which is something which is very, very close to my heart, and whenever I get anxious or I start worrying, this is the algorithm that gets in my mind and that keeps me sane. So it is something that even if you could also follow that, I'm pretty sure that will help you to maintain the calm and avoid the anxiety that we generally tend to get anxious in these unexpected situations like this. Right? What's the algorithm basically? So do you have a problem in life? Right? If you don't have a problem, then why worry? Next, do you have a problem in life? कुछ लोग बोलेंगे हाँ हमारी लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम है. Then think that can you do something about it? If you can do something about it, then do that. Why do you need to worry? Do that and solve the problem. If you cannot do anything about it, then why worry? You cannot change it, right? So basically, all of us are in this phase. The exam postponement, basically the date postponement. It is something that, yes, it's a problem in life, but at the same time, it is something that we cannot do anything about it, right? So why worry? So basically, the crux of this is why worry, right? Problem नहीं है तो क्यों चिंता करनी है? Problem है उसको solve कर सकते हो तो solve कर लो, चिंता क्यों करनी है? राइट अगर प्रॉब्लम है उसको सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते हो, इट्स आउट ऑफ योर कंट्रोल, देन फिर क्यों कुछ चिंता करनी है बेसिकली, राइट? So the crux is write it down. Like this is very, very important, not just for now, but it has to be the mantra for your life. Trust me, there will be many situations in life where you will tend to become anxious and stressed out. Just remember this. Whatever situations may come our way, analyze. Is this in my control? Regardless of the answer, कि मेरे कंट्रोल में है या मेरे कंट्रोल में नहीं है, the reply should always be why worry, right? So remember that the reply should always be why worry. Never mind. That's please अपनी marriage postpone मत करना for the sake of the exam. ठीक है? Okay. So use this as your life mantra. It will keep you sane throughout your life, right? It is why worry. Always have that faith that you are being taken care of in the best way. You might not realize it now, but yes, you are being taken care of and you are in the safe hands. So if you have that faith, trust me that you will never ever get worried, anxious, and stressed out. Okay, right? So this is the one that majority of you are asking. Schedule बता दो, schedule बता दो, schedule बता दो. ठीक है? So basically, I'm not giving you the schedule till the entire NEET PG exam or even the AIIMS exam right now, because abhi let's take it as short targets, right? So there are two group of students basically that we would be having. One group of student who was following the timetable that we were following. How many of you have been following the previous timetable, guys? How many of you were following the previous timetable that was going to get over on 19th of January? Yes? Right. So quite a few of you have been following that. So without disturbing that timetable, what I want you to do is please complete that one cycle, right? Because it will give you a good feeling. It's just 9 more days, 10 more days, right? So remember that all you need to do is just complete that cycle so that you can put that one tick mark to one more revision cycle. Basically, you can put your tick mark from 2 to 3 revision cycles. So we are almost like at 90-95% completed. So all the students who had been following the previous timetable very religiously, please complete the timetable. It is going to end on 19th of January, right? What subjects are remaining in that? What subjects are remaining in that? The students who have been following that. Right now it is orthopedics which is going, then there is surgery, and then there is FMT, right? If I remember that well. So remember, these are the 3 subjects which are remaining. So, right, so it's like if you are in a competition, if you are in a race, just reaching at the finishing line, finish it, right? Finish the race and give yourself that medal or a trophy that I have finished this race. Okay? So please complete this cycle. And so for these students, basically then we will start the next cycle from 22nd of January, right? So I'll give you 2 days off. 22nd of January is a Monday. So new week, basically we will start the new cycle from 22nd. Okay? The next one that we have, what else these students need to do, and the second group of the students that we have, right? So the second group of the students basically who are starting a fresh, right, or basically who were lost and now they think that and which actually is true, that the 6 months time that I have, it is good enough to crack this exam. Trust me for that, right? So for the students who for any reason could not study well or did not start even studying, even if you start now, you'll be able to crack this exam. Okay? So for the students, basically the plan is, before we start the next cycle, that is on 22nd of January. This is basically the best time, even for the students who have been following the timetable, and if you have not finished the short 5.0, where will you get these videos? Basically on the Medsynapse app. Now trust me that I'm not telling you this because it is my app, because I honestly feel, and recently I had been reflecting upon it, that short basically should be your core and should be your base upon which you build on, right? Because what is short all about? The short is all about concepts, and wherever there are no concepts, there are facts. We have a lot of mnemonics basically to remember the facts. If you learn these mnemonics well ahead of time, and the more number of times you revise them, the more it will go into your subconscious mind, and you'll be able to recall very effortlessly in the exam, right? So please remember that your short has to be like very thorough. Every line there in short is basically a question that has been asked or a potential question for your upcoming exam. Okay? So for the interns who were not eligible but are now eligible to give the exam, so this is the timeline. And even for anybody who is there on the Medsynapse app, a new subscriber, you have not finished the short 5.0 videos, this is the timetable that I've made for you. Make sure you finish this with this timetable. Okay. So the timetable, basically what does it show is, beneath besides every subject, the bracket mein that you see is the number of hours of that particular subject, right? So let's say in short anatomy is completed only in 3 hours, right? It covers your crux topics, the core topics of anatomy, right? Like neuroanatomy, your upper limb, right? A lot of it, a lot of few cadaveric images, pharyngeal arch derivatives, aortic arch derivatives, all of this has been covered in just 3 hours. The types of joints, all with mnemonics. Dermatology is just 1 hour. PSM is 2.5. OBGY is 2.5. Pharmacology is 4 hours. Right? Biochemistry is 2.5 hours. So your target, you can see that it's very short. So for the students who are starting now, for the interns who are starting now, this is the best way basically to get that initial kick and the initial confidence booster. कि मेरे को 19 subjects में से core topics आते हैं. And I would honestly suggest you that even before you start this, if you are starting afresh, give a grand test, take any random grand test, right? And see your score, watch the short 5.0, and after that give another grand test and see whether it is helping you or it's not helping you, right? I do hope and believe that it will definitely help you. You will learn a lot of mnemonics and a lot of tricks basically to answer the questions. So the plan basically is, we are starting, I'm giving you the targets to complete your short 5.0, not even from tomorrow. Kal ka din bhi chahiye to break le lo, or basically get everything in place and prepare yourself. Okay? So we start from 11th to 21st of January, right? 11 to 21st January, and from 22nd of January, I'll give you the new cycle, the new revision timetable, keeping in mind the AIIMS also and the NEET PG also, right? So we will make a timetable which will serve the purpose for both the exams. For the time being, take it slow. You have a lot of time now, and complete this target till 21st of January. I've given you all the the daily targets also. Okay? And in your short 5.0, wherever I have written like live 3, there is live 1 and live 2. So there were 3 live classes that we have taken in app. Now, what is this short 5.0 and where do you find it in the app? For the new students, basically, I'm quickly telling you. In the short course in the app, there is one course itself. There is a folder which is called as short accelerate, right? Which we had launched recently to cover the short 5.0 and the KBMDs of the previous year questions. In that short accelerate, you will find the short 5.0 videos. Now, what are these short 5.0 videos? Basically, these are the offline, the recent Hyderabad class recording which is there, plus the app recorded classes as well, right? So for the topics that we could not complete in the 3 days, the recorded app classes videos are also there. So basically, you are getting the offline class recording. So it's not very monotonous, right? It's how I would teach in a class basically. So remember, this is what short 5.0 is. So you have to finish it, and this applies to everyone. Okay, this applies to everyone. If you have not completed short 5.0 yet, your target is to complete it by 21st. And please study it so well, because you know, whatever KBMD sessions I take, we do a revision of these mnemonics a lot of times. So if you are well aware of those mnemonics, the KBMDs will serve as good revision for you. Otherwise, you'll be absolutely blank and clueless in the KBMD sessions, right? So rather than rushing later on, please complete this. Okay, please complete this. At the same time, what you have to do for the students who are there in app already, we are doing the KBMDs of the FMGE PYQs, right? We have the FMGE PYQ marathon going on. So basically, one day, one subject PYQs of FMG exam is what we are doing. Now, for the NEET PG students or even the INICT students, trust me, the FMGE questions are a must do for your NEET PG exam, right? For the students who have attended the KBMDs would vouch for this, that the FMG questions in the recent years actually are a good level questions, clinical questions, and they help you learn a lot, right? So if you were not attending the KBMD so far, please start doing it. Now, because LRR is also postponed, the pediatrics KBMD that we had, which I mentioned in the today's live class, will happen in the evening. So we'll do it in the morning itself at 11 a.m. The pathology class, which was with the pathology class which was pending, we will do it at 7 p.m. The rest of the classes, basically the KBMD, will happen at 11 a.m. Now, what is KBMD? For someone who's new here, it's Kaun Banega MD. So it's a fun way of saying basically it is the MCQ discussion where you get to answer the questions while I'm projecting it, and you get a leaderboard also, right? So you have the time frame, 30 seconds, 15 seconds is what I decide, and you have to answer in that time frame, right? So it's a real like exam hall जैसा कि उतने time में आपको वो question answer करना है. I tell you the cheat codes on how you could have got this answer right, even if you did not know the answer to this question. So basically, the best combination that you see here, the concepts, the mnemonics, and the MCQs, along with revision. If these four pillars are in place, trust me, you can crack any exam, be it INICT or be it NEET PG. Okay? So this is your target. From 22nd January, I'll give you the new target. Okay? Radiology LRR is not happening tomorrow. Okay? Akanksha, you have watched the short 5.0, is it? Ask yourself this question कि अगर मुझे नींद में से भी उठ के कोई पूछ लेगा any line, any question from short, will I be able to answer that? If yes, then you do not need to revise it or watch it, or otherwise, you need to watch it again. Okay, so that was the schedule that I wanted to share. Please follow this, guys, and trust me, this will help you big time in your exam. Especially your biochemistry, pharmacology, anatomy, microbiology, the subjects that we generally tend to fear. A lot of tricks and mnemonics, easy mnemonics, story mnemonics is what you would learn from these sessions. Okay? Okay. Yes. Coming to your queries now. What are the queries that we have? What are the queries? Let me answer that one by one. So I think the first query that we have is related to the subscriptions. What will happen to our subscriptions that we have? So recently we had launched the short accelerate, the 1 month plan, the 3 months plan, considering the NEET PG exam March mein hoga, right? Yes, the LRRs for the time being have been postponed. Whatever were the upcoming LRRs have been postponed. Okay. Okay. Right. So what will we do for the Medsynapse app subscription basically? So the Medsynapse app subscription for the students who had taken the subscription during our pre-launch days. That's basically who had taken the subscription in August or initial September, जब हमारा pre-launch था, basically for them, we will extend the subscription till your NEET PG exam, right? And so for those students who basically have their validity, the expiry date somewhere in May, because you had taken the subscription in August or September, for you guys, we'll be extending your subscription till July, right? And there will be the new subscriptions also that will be coming up now that the exam is somewhere like 6 months away. So we will plan a subscription like that for the students. Like we will also come up with 12-month subscription or so. So basically, we will come up with your the new subscription plans to fit your exam dates as well. Okay? And if there is any more update related to the subscriptions and the extensions, I'll update you on that as well. Okay? Right. So the final update in the details, how about the students who had taken the short accelerate, right? All those, basically the details I will give you soon in a day or two, like how will we go about. But definitely for the students who had taken in the pre-launch days, because you had put the trust in us, so it is my responsibility that even in my initial days of the app, you were with me. So I have to be there for you guys, right? So we'll definitely extend for those guys for sure. The rest I will let you know. Okay. Next one. ठीक है, ये हो गया. Second query regarding the book. Okay, regarding the book, now what's happening? Now, regarding the book, basically the thing is, now since the NEET PG students have some time, the first priority that I have for the book availability is for the FMGE students who are going to appear for the exam on 20th of January. So if there are students like these who are appearing for 20th January exam and you still want the book, right? Just because FOMO hai, mujhe book to chahiye. Please DM us, please WhatsApp us on the on our support number, right? Let us know. We will personally help you in getting the book there. For the rest of the students, basically the NEET PG INICT students, we are going to restock the books soon. Again, in that, the first priority, basically because I received a lot of messages from the students, the app subscribers. So basically, we are going to first give it to the in-app subscribers, and then it will be also be available to all. Right, so please pay a note about on your the chats in your app. Basically, the course में जो हमारा chat है, in that I will update soon on the restocking. ठीक है? सर बता, चलो great. है ना? Or if you have any genuine reasons कि this is the reason I need the book, right? Please let us know if it is really genuine, and we shall be more than happy to help you. है ना? Book सबको मिलने वाले यार. Give us some time. Remember, it's like just two-man army here who's working for you. The two-man is basically me and my husband, Dr. Hitesh. So working incessantly for all of you. There are a lot of other things also that keep happening and they go on. But we are trying our best that we can. So please have the faith and the trust like I've always told you. Okay? Right. So VK fan, you are just looking at one thing. Sometimes try to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see that it's not just one task. There are many other tasks, and it's not also a big team that is working, right? So I hope you shall understand that. Okay. What are the other queries that we have? Yes. Another query that I've been receiving, remember the book is basically not included with your app subscription. The app subscription is already at a very low price. Like I've shown you the prices now. Like 1 month is 1400, 3 months is 3K. Your 9-month subscription is somewhere around 5K, right? So it does not include the book. Basically, the book has to be a separate purchase. Okay, the book is basically a separate purchase that you have to do. Schedule for us, Anubhav, who are following just rapid revision, LRRs and the PYQs. Now, like I said, the LRRs have also been kept on hold. considering the exam has got postponed significantly, right? So till then, please complete the short 5.0. Attend the KBMDs, finish off the KBMDs. You will find that in the short accelerate folder itself. Use that as a target. From 22nd January, I'll give you basically the new timetable of revision. Okay. Also in the timetable that I've made for you, if you look at this, anatomy and dermatology KBMD, उसके पहले मैंने आपका ये anat और dermat यहाँ डाल दिया है, because before you come to the KBMD, I want you guys to finish this. PSM OBGY has been completed here, so that you watch the short 5.0 at least. And when in the KBMD I talk about some alien mnemonic, that alien mnemonic actually is not alien for you guys when you come for the KBMD. It makes things faster for us if all of you are aware of the mnemonics. Okay? Dr. Scalpel, a good question. Should we join our jobs and the bonds? If you ask me, if I would have been in your place and I have been in a good position, I had read well, I was like pretty much prepared for the exam which was happening in March, I would have joined my bond, because specifically it is a compulsion if I have to finish it. So I would do at least like 2 months now and then give a break again for revision, but at least I would finish off the 2 or 2.5 months if I'm targeting the AIIMS exam also, right? So even if I do like the remaining January, February and March, April say I take a break, May is there, AIIMS is going to happen on 19th of May. So you still have April and May for the AIIMS dedicated revision. After May, you still have your half of May, June for NEET PG revision. So I would have personally taken up that if that would have been a compulsion कि bond तो करना ही है आज नहीं तो कल, because trust me, none of us reads for like 24 long hours all day, right? So I would have done that. Pogo, radiology is on prep ladder. Okay. Cadaveric images have been discussed, Sabrine, in one of the live classes. If you see the short AIIMS live in anatomy folder, you will find it. Okay. If you have been struggling with your GT scores, if you are not well prepared, then I would say then you can avoid the job and maybe you can just sit and study. But if you think even after like having the entire day free, I'm anyways not studying, I'm just studying like 4 hours or 6 hours, so better hai ki saath mein job kar lo. Right? So basically you have to decide for yourself, if I'm not doing a job, am I actually utilizing those hours for studies? If yes, then avoid doing the job. If you think that even if I'm not doing the job anyways, I'm not able to study more than 4 hours, 6 hours, so फिर job कर लो. Okay? Yeah, definitely. You can definitely expect videos on more topics, a lot of more KBMDs happening, right? Because I am personally a very staunch believer in KBMDs, per se the MCQ discussion tactics. So through that, we are going to learn a lot of new topics as well. Okay? Okay, Arnab is asking a focused approach for exam like AIIMS is more PYQ based and NEET PG, and what are the good scores in both, right? So let me answer this question. What is the difference in the approach basically if you are preparing for AIIMS or if you are preparing dedicated for NEET PG? Honestly, if you ask me, तो बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ फर्क नहीं है. The 19 subjects are the same for both the exams. Now, because you have AIIMS before the NEET PG, till now you might have been neglecting the AIIMS PYQs क्योंकि वो NEET PG के बाद होने वाला था. So now you will have to do the PYQs of both the AIIMS and the NEET PG when you are having a particular subject in the revision cycle. तो आपको AIIMS के भी PYQs करना है, NEET PG के भी करना है. AIIMS definitely is lot more on PYQs or let's say PYTs. And honestly, if you ask me, even NEET PG is. The questions might not be repeated, but the topics definitely are repeated. And AIIMS basically has specific topics. There is a skew in the topics that you would see that are AIIMS specific. So for example, if you ask me, like molecular biology is the topic that you need to read in detail for AIIMS, but not that much for NEET PG, right? So there are some topics like this. Ophthalmology has to be read in more detail for AIIMS exam, but not that much for NEET PG exam. Biostatistics is a favorite and it's asked in detail in AIIMS exam. NEET PG में ज़्यादा थोड़ा superficial होता है, right? So this you will understand only when you make basically you look at the PYQ, so you'll get a fair idea of it. And also in the Medsynapse app, I've given you the PYT PDF, right, which includes the NEET PG plus the AIIMS questions. Make the best use of it. That PDF will definitely come to your rescue now. You have to complete the topics that have been given in that PDF on the priority basis. तो बाकी कुछ करो या मत करो, जो PYT PDF में वो टॉपिक्स दिए गए हैं, एटलीस्ट वो पहले कर लो, फिर PYQ सॉल्व करो एंड असेस योरसेल्फ. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट शुड बी योर अप्रोच. For NEET PG, see, a good score basically is decided by the difficulty level of the exam. For NEET PG, a score which is 620 plus is like a good score. 620, 650 होना ही चाहिए, है ना. AIIMS में 145 questions correct is what you have to target. या मनीष का क्वेश्चन, मेन वीडियोस करने हैं कि आरआर वीडियोस करने हैं? आई वुड से डू द आरआर वीडियोस because that basically gives you the crux of the topic. If you are unable to understand or basically answer the questions on that topic, if you have just watched the RR videos for that particular topic, you go to the main videos. Okay, so be very selective in watching the main videos. Where you think that कि RR में ये cover ही नहीं हुआ या RR में ये बहुत ज़्यादा brief में हो गया, for that you can watch the main videos, otherwise skip the main videos. Coming to the question of question bank solving, complete करना है कि custom module करना है? I would say पहले custom modules complete करो, where in the custom modules you do the PYQs first. If I would have been in your place, again I would definitely do the MCQs from the guidebooks, the respective subject guidebooks, which give me the PYQs before 2017 also, right? The apps give you the PYQs till 2017 only. But personally, believe me that in AIIMS exam, questions from 2014 AIIMS, 2015 AIIMS are also repeated. So you will find those questions in your guidebooks of the respective subjects. Okay, so try to do MCQs from that as well. Soft copy of the book. I'm pretty not sure. I'm really the first timer into all of this. I'll explore that option and I will definitely let you know if that is doable, if that is feasible. We'll try to do that, right? Do we have to solve QBank? Or I have already solved PYQs. Swapandeep is asking, and I got 4K rank in AIIMS. What do I do? So I would recommend solving the questions from the guidebooks, the PYQs from the guidebooks, like specifically for the questions before 2017. Okay. Ankit Arya, USMLE QBank, definitely you should be doing like, let's say just 5 questions a day, just to develop your MCQ solving skills, developing the speed of reading the long stem questions which are there in USMLE, to learn the approach of how to solve the questions. For that, you should be doing just 5 questions a day. In one of my previous videos, I had given all the suggestions of the guidebooks that are available. Nahin. Hai? So whatever is the respective faculty that you know, like, for anatomy, Rajesh Kaushal sir ki book hai, physiology mein Saumin Manna sir ki book hai, right? So for that example, medicine mein Marwa sir ki book hai. You have all these basically faculties ki books available hai. You can just get the PDFs, if not the hard copies, to just have a look at the previous year questions. Aishwarya, we had 1, 2, 3 tests in the beginning, but right now we don't have any tests. The test is basically in the form of KBMD that we are doing, right? A live question discussion with the leaderboard is what we do. Okay. So, Mohan, I would say that, I'm sure you must have heard this. If anybody has queries about the app, ki Medsynapse app mein kya hai, kya nahi hai. So, I would just say that पहले इस्तेमाल करें और फिर विश्वास करें, right? So until and unless you see it yourself, it's very difficult for me to explain it to you कि भाई क्या क्या है. In the crux, I can tell you it is everything in a simplified manner. You hear it once, you learn it once, and you remember it forever, right? So it's basically something which is easy to remember but difficult to forget. Internship ending is basically August 15th. So yeah, your notification says that you would be eligible. Okay, so any queries on the app subscription? Like I said, I'll give you the final update on that in a day or two, right? And the new subscriptions also that we would be launching, considering the exam is in July. So 6 months wala, I'll be doing that. So the crux is the current timetable goes on as it is till 19th of January. From 22nd January, we'll start with the new cycle. Each one of you make sure you are finishing the Short 5.0 by 21st January. That is your homework, right? So to maintain your momentum, I'm giving you this homework. Finish off the Short 5.0. And if you think that there's still time for me, do the PYQs, quickly skim through the PYQs, right? From whatever primary resource you are using. Attend the KBMDs. Those are the live in-app classes for the subscribers, right? So attend those KBMDs as well. And yeah, that was about this session. And again, I would like to tell you that we are in this together. Please remember, everything happens for a reason, right? Remember that you may not see the reason right now, but sooner or later, God will reveal why he let things to happen the way they have happened, right? And always remember this. His ways are much better than our ways, right? Don't be a person who's like, things have to be my way, my way, my way. Don't be that obsessive, compulsive wala, personality who just wants the things like his way or her way. Have the faith in his way. And remember that his will is beyond our will, and put your trust in him, right? Basically, if you put your trust in him, trust me, you will never ever get worried. You'll never get anxious. You will always have that faith that iske piche kuch to reason hai for whatever is happening in my life, right? If you have that faith, trust me, you can sail through everything. And yeah, one more important question, the query that I was seeing, I'm sorry, I forgot to answer that. Will the competition increase, right? Personally, I might differ on this from many other, the opinions that have been there. My opinion basically is this will rather decrease the competition rather than increase the competition. Why? Because I personally believe that the majority of the students will now go into a complacent mode. बहुत time है, आराम से पढ़ेंगे, right? So even the ones who were preparing very well, maybe they'll just get into a complacent mode. You must have heard of the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, right? So who wins? Basically, the tortoise wins. The rabbit gets overconfident, gets complacent, and loses the match, right? So everybody who's going to be basically the tortoise in this, ruko mat, sirf chalte raho, right? So even if you're not able to do a lot of study in a day, considering this news has happened, at least be the tortoise, walk at a slow pace, whatever pace it is. That's why I've given you those small targets of Short 5.0, and you will definitely win the race. Please do not stop that like that rabbit. So I think that majority of the students might do that mistake, and in the process, they will never realize how the tortoise is going ahead, right? So this time period that you have basically is going to be the game changer, right? This is a real game changer time. So, so in this time, याद रखना कि कुछ लोग तैर जाएंगे और कुछ लोग ठहर जाएंगे. So it is you have to decide कि आप तैर रहे हो कि आप ठहर रहे हो, right? Whether you are going to sail through this or whether you are going to stop here. So the choice is absolutely yours. I've told you the mindset of the majority of the students, and that is why I personally believe that this will decrease the competition and not increase the competition personally. Okay. So, no. Sabrine, so please don't take me wrong. Like in the app, there are those Short 5.0 videos. Your first target is to complete that at least till 21st of January. When we start the next cycle, the main videos basically of the subject that are going to be there, which has the extra topics, you have to do that as well for your AIIMS and NEET PG exam. If you think till 21st of January मेरे पास तो बहुत time है, even after completing the target that ma'am has given, I have a lot of time. So wherever I've given you the target, like anatomy करो, ठीक है, anatomy करो, तो साथ में जो extra topics है main subject वाले में, if you have time, finish those as well, right? If not, we will do it in the revision cycle. ठीक है? Yeah. So Ashley QRT has a query that if you have been following any other platform notes, and I really like your YouTube teachings, first of all, thank you for that. How can we follow short and notes by institute together, or only short? Please again remember that short is basically the crux, the core, and it's a complement to your primary resource. So no matter whatever primary resource you have been using so far, whatever it might be, just add on short to it. I'm not telling you to entirely shift from your previous resource to the short. No. Short is basically like that, the icing on the cake, the cherry on the cake. Your cake, if it is ready, it will be your icing and cherry on the cake. It will help you get that extra marks, and that too with less efforts. Whatever you were struggling with in understanding or remembering from your primary resource, the short basically fills that lacuna. Okay, whatever were the lacuna there, all those are going to be filled by the short videos. So just complement it, whatever you are learning from short, add on to your primary notes if you have been reading from that, right? You can also otherwise use the short book as the 20th notebook. And in that, you can basically add the extra points in that book as well. Right, the short magic book will be available for each one of you for purchase, right, really soon. How to purchase a hard copy 5.0? It will now be available in app only. In the Medsynapse app, you would see the option of magic book purchase, right, in a day or two, and you'll be able to purchase it from the app itself. Rishabh, I've already addressed the new interns. If you've joined from the beginning, this is basically your timetable that you have to do. Trust me, start with short 5.0. You would be in a very good position, and your majority of the topics will be covered. You will definitely get an extra edge. So I've given you the target till 21st of January. I'll come back again live on 21st, 20 or 21st January to discuss the next revision cycle, so that all of us, whether you are new interns or you've been preparing pehle se, all of us are on the same page, and we can follow the same cycle from then on, from 22nd January. And Jasha, trust me, the 6 months is good enough time basically to crack this. Like I said, if you have a good mindset. Okay. ठीक है, got it everyone. Book के बारे में मैंने जैसे कहा, definitely update you. It will be available in the app only now. ठीक है? Okay. Short is there in the accelerate folder, right? SAP and micro basically is कहाँ पे देखा आपने? अपने यहाँ पे देखा. The live 2 session basically has remaining topics from skin, anesthesia, right? Radiology is not there, and it is psychiatry. Plus it has some topics from microbiology. So whatever was remaining from microbiology has been covered here. Whatever was remaining from psychiatry has been covered here. So basically in the live sessions, the 3 live sessions, we completed the remaining topics. Okay? Yeah. आकांक्षा थोड़ा इधर उधर घुसा दिया ना, मेरे को वहां से गुस्सा करके निकाल देंगे. Yeah. So I think I've answered all your queries. You have your targets till 21st of January, and I hope this will help you keep the momentum on, not lose your momentum. If you want, you can take one more day break tomorrow and basically start your short videos from 11th. But yes, please do attend the KBMDs in app. Pediatrics morning and pathology evening. So we have your pediatrics and pathology KBMDs based on the FMGE PYQs tomorrow morning and evening. Okay? Because Dream Draw, I've always been a person who's who's more into like medical branches rather than surgical. I got AIIMS rank 63 in my first attempt. I was getting ophthalmology in the Apex Institute, right? But I did not take it just because ophthalmology is a surgical branch. And I know personally that I'm not a person who is very good with the surgical part of it. So that's why, you know, I'm being, that's a personal bias to call it KBMD rather than a KBMS. Yeah, we are definitely going to get your, you know, for everybody, the plans most suited, we will work on that and we'll come back. ठीक है, रेडियोलॉजी मेडसाइनैप्स में नहीं है, प्रेप लैडर पे है. Yeah, Robin, I would rather suggest go back to the guidebooks and solve the previous year questions from there. ठीक है. All right. So I think I've answered your queries. Sarvata, I'm sorry I cannot see your query. If you could just retype that. Otherwise, that's for today, guys. And again, please remember, we are in this together. And remember that everything happens for a reason. Sometime down the line, you'll come back to me and you say that, yes, ma'am, you were right. And it actually happened for good. And we were able to get good ranks since this postponement happened. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's get on with it, completing the short, the KBMDs, and we'll start the new cycle again from 22nd of January. That was for today. Goodbye. Take care. Keep studying, keep med synapsing, keep revising, and keep winning. Thank you.